Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaivatena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi So yesterday we ended on karma and karma phalam. Yes? How should you do an action? Pure action, make it pure. Not focusing on the end result, but focusing on the action in itself. Yeah? Did you do your homework? What was your homework? Plan. Did you make a plan? Whatever your small project is, big project is. How many times did the mind go into the end result? Did you make a tally? Tell me how many? Still, tell me a number.
Stop counting.
After a while.
It's just amazing why the whole life revolves around the end result.
Simple. Desire. Only one thing is there. Desire. There is no other reason. Mind wants something or it does not want something. Both is the desire, huh? I don't want to see BG's face. I don't want to see his face in the morning. This is a desire. Oh, I want to be with Surika. I want to be with Surika. This is also a desire. Both Raga and Dvesha are desires. Yes? So I cannot focus on the pure action or keep the action pure because desire takes me into the future. And the desire is nothing but Raga or Dvesha. Are you seeing this? Yeah. What is a Sthita Pragya? Who is a Sthita Pragya?
Word of Raga and Dvesha.
Sthita means established. Pragya means awareness. Somebody who is established in awareness. He's completely in the present moment. And when he's completely in the present moment, he does not get propelled by his desire to focus on the end result or jump into the future. Yes, he's always here and now. Sthita Pragya. Got it? The meaning? One who's established in the now. Yeah. He's not worrying about future. He's a wise person. Yeah. He sees, I don't know whether I have a future. This moment I could die. This moment could be my last moment. Yeah. So, a Sthita Pragya is always aware. Moment to moment to moment. Yeah. Right now I'm talking. How the words are coming out. Yeah. How the hands are moving. How my body is positioned. Yes. If there is sensation somewhere in the body of pain or pleasure. Yeah. Constantly observing the entire phenomena. Constantly aware, is there any chitter chatter in the background? Is there some radio going on? Is there a radio going on in your background right now? Are you observing it? Are you observing your eyes looking at me? Yeah? Are you observing how you are sitting? Are you observing, are there any sensations in your back, in your legs, in your stomach, in your head? Are you observing how your hand is? How you're holding that pen? Are you observing whether there's a smile on your face or not? Observing everything, moment to moment to moment to moment, being aware. And if there are some emotions inside of liking or disliking, observing that also. Or if you're thinking about something else, oh, did I turn off the stove in the morning? Something silly will come out like that. Yeah? Are the keys still lying in the car? Oh, did I put them in my bag? Silly things will come. Are you observing? Yeah? Constantly being aware of this entire body-mind phenomena. That is called Sthita Prajna. Clear? Yeah. Just observing like a witness. What is the meaning of a witness?
Does not impact the proceedings.
Perfect. The witness does not jump in and get involved. He does not say, oh, right, wrong. But you do that. The moment the mind says, Mariella said this to me. Mind says, no, but that was not right that way. You immediately jump in. No jumping in. Watching a thought come and go. Watching another thought come and go. Watching another emotion come up. Maybe hatred comes up, maybe anger comes up. Just observing the drama. Sitting on the fence. No jumping on this side or that side. That is a witness. When you go to the movies, are you a witness? No. The heroine starts crying, you're also crying. The hero hits somebody, Yes? You got involved in the movie. You are not a witness. Yes? A witness is somebody who's just there. That's a no involvement. Just like that. You meditate, you start doing your kriya, short kriya from now onwards like that. This body is breathing. I am just watching it happen. If there's pain in the body, it's okay, I don't need to react. Just in, out, in, out, in, out. Do your cycles, that's it. And actually distance yourself from the body and observe. It's happening anyways automatically. Is the breath in your control? Really? It is not. Can you say, I want to live forever? No. One day, it's going to stop without your permission. Yeah? First of all, it started without your permission. Did anybody ask you, do you want to be born? Now? Yeah, is this a good time? Yeah? 10:35 and 45 seconds. You want to be born? Nobody asked you. Yes? Breath is involuntary. It's happening on its own. Just observe. In, out, in, out. Observe sensations are happening in the body. I'm not the body. It's a combination of earth, water, fire, ether, air. I just observe all that is happening. If some itching sensation is happening, what does it tell me? Fire and air conflicting. Yeah? What happens when you blow a lot of wind on the fire? It moves, no? Yeah? It's fighting with the air. The air is fighting with the fire. That produces the sparks. You feel the same thing, itching in the body. What is perspiration? Water element. Are you seeing this? Whatever, itching, whatever, what else happened? Tell me. Tingling. What is tingling? Same, the fire. Fire element doing that to you. At a very calmer. Vibrations, did you experience vibrations? Yeah? air element. Nothing, all these are sensations. It is all a part of earth, water, fire, ether, air and their interaction with each other. I am not earth, water, fire, ether, air. Just observe. Sit on the fence and observe. Then you are really doing a good kriya or a good meditation.
What is vibration, is it?
Right. Air.
But what is happening in the body in the vibration?
Oh, it is actually your prana. We'll go deeper into prana and all slowly. Wait. Yeah. It is your prana actually. Everything in your body is actually just a vibration. Yeah, quantum mechanics, quantum physics, little bit, No? It goes over the head. Quantum physics has proved that everything is a vibration. Everything. Yes? Nothing is solid. Not even this board, not even the wall, not even the couch. Nothing is solid. Everything is just a vibrating energy. Yeah? The vibrations very close together form a solid piece of body. Yeah? That's all we are. We are vibrations. Yes? And these vibrations keep coming and going, coming and going. In your body right now there are thousands of vibrations, but you are not sthita pragya. That is why you cannot experience it. Yes, a sthita pragya, even while sitting, can observe there are vibrations happening all over. Because I'm just a vibration. Yeah? There is no particle, there is no solid piece. Everything is just a vibration, it's a motion. Have you seen, if you drop something in a still pond, ripples come? That is a vibration. That's what you are. You're not solid. Yeah? It's just an illusion. All this is an illusion. A scientist recently went to Gurudev and said, Guruji, for 45 years I have studied matter, only to realize it does not exist. Scientists saying this, matter does not exist.
We say Brahman is Prakriti and Purusha.
Yeah.
And then like Prakriti is matter. So the matter is there, like it's not like matter is not there.
Apparently to this eye, matter is there. You understood how there is a range in which my body can live? 95 degrees Fahrenheit to 110 degrees. Beyond this, I cannot live. Under this, I cannot live. So, there is a range in which I can see also. There is a range in which I can hear. You know this? Yeah. Sometimes cats can see in a dark room, but you cannot see. You know this? Yeah. Sometimes they can even hear. Yeah. Animals can hear what you cannot hear. When an earthquake is coming, you'll hear all birds go crazy in that area. Yes? Animals can sense something which you cannot sense. That means everything is in a range. Similarly, my sight is in a range. Yes? The range in which this sight is, it cannot see vibration. That vibration, when it is too consolidated, it appears like matter. That is why, because you can see matter, they said, okay, it is Purusha and Prakriti. But actually everything is the Brahman consciousness. Got it? Because you can see wave, they said, okay, that's a wave. But actually it's all water. Yeah? That's how matter does not exist. It is nothing but vibrations vibrating very close together. Yeah? That makes it matter. When the vibrations are a little far away, it is liquid, water. And the vibrations are even further away, it is gas or air. Got it? This is basic physics. We all went to physics class, school. Yeah? So everything is a vibration. And that's what you actually feel all over when you are 100% aware.
Feels like a city.
Yeah. So, Sthita Pragya is somebody who is established in awareness all the time, all the time, all the time. Yeah? So, let's look at some qualities of a Sthita Pragya. Yeah? The other word I made up, Sthita Maya, please don't go looking for it in Bhagwad Gita. Just to help you understand, when you are not a Sthita Pragya, I had to give it some name. So I just made it somebody who is established in this Maya. Happily established. Yeah. Somebody who is a Sthita Pragya is established in the self, in the Purusha, in the Brahman consciousness. He understands that everything is this consciousness. Yes? There is no matter there. I just feel because of the limitation of this eye, it can only see between that range. So I feel this is matter. And this is whatever. Liquid, this is gas. I have done that. But I cannot see gas, no? With this eye. Yes? And this is how scientists have experimented. Like they experimented and probably found gas thousands of years ago. Just by the smell, oh, there is something which is not visible to the eye. That's how they probably found it the first time. They've done more research beyond that level and found that even matter is nothing but a vibration. Yes? So, matter simply does not exist. And everything is the Brahman consciousness or the self. Yeah? Or the Purusha. So Sthita Pragya is one who realizes this. What about a Sthita Maya? What does he think?
It is matter.
This is all matter. Yeah? He's just preoccupied with what his mind says. Yeah? And mind sees what? What does the mind see?
Through five senses.
Through the five senses, and it is lost in the five senses. Yeah? Sense of sight, sense of sound, sense of taste, sense of smell. Yeah? It is lost outside. Yes? A person who is lost outside, I called him Sthita Maya. A Sthita Pragya is free from raga and dvesha. We are all working towards that. Yeah? We are all doing our best to let go of our ragas and dveshas, right? Your bags got a little more full after going home, or have they stagnated? Keep adding. The bag should be full by tonight. Before the course ends, your bag should be house full. You should ask for an extra bag. Yeah? A Sthita Pragya is free from cravings and aversions, from raga and dvesha. What about the Sthita Maya? Yes, he's lost in desire. What does his desire do? He's just running behind raga and dvesha. Makes him crazy like that. Don't you feel your mind is like that most of the times? Yeah? If you could really draw a picture of the mind, it would be with your hair standing up like this. Yeah? All the thoughts running up like this. Yeah? Whatever I described it, he could not bring a picture like that. It would look like a ghost. But really, the Maya is like that, no? And it does that to you all the time. I'm all over the place. I'm here, I'm there, I'm thinking about this, suddenly I'm thinking about that. Inside, it's like an insane town. All insane people in the head. Yeah, we just act very nice and decent outside as if, oh, I'm very sane. It's all acting. Actually, if you were to write down every thought, you would see this is crazy. Suddenly I'm talking about Shah Rukh Khan, suddenly I'm talking about Brad Pitt, suddenly I'm talking about an insect, suddenly I'm talking about flying, suddenly I'm talking about food. There's no sense in what I am saying. There is no coherence in the mind. Have you noticed? Yeah. The mind is like this all the time. constantly jumping around. Yes, if the mind is like this, we really need to discipline the mind. We have to work towards it. Yeah, by sitting in a 2-day session, is it going to happen? No. This is just going to get your car which had stopped a jump start. It's your job to keep it going. After you get a jump start, you know you cannot stop the car, no? You have to keep it on for whatever, some time till the engine becomes warm. It is your job starting tomorrow to keep the engine warm. Otherwise, once it stops, again back to square one.
Back to fourth session.
Huh?
Back to fourth session.
Yes. Yeah. So you have to make efforts. And what is the effort you're going to make?
Being aware and observant about the sensations and cutting from the reality.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again and again observe. Sensations are coming in the body. Sensations are coming. If you are very gross and you're still not feeling the sensations, meditate more. And meditate how? Like a Buddha. No moving, no reacting to whatever happens. Even if there is pain and you've sat in Padmasana like him and you're stuck, it's okay now, I'm stuck now. Just observe, just observe, just observe. First there'll be pain and then that will also go away. You become more and more and more aware towards the body. Even if you're sitting very comfortably on the chair, still some itching, some scratching, some tingling. Your mind does that to you. It's the tendency of the mind. It keeps jumping like that and makes you jump. So you practice. Yeah? Practice doing your kriya like Buddha. How would Buddha do? Like that. Remind yourself. How would Buddha do short kriya? That's how I'm going to do now. Yeah? If you need some inspiration, buy a Buddha statue, keep it in front of you. In your temple or room, wherever you do kriya, and sit in front of him and do kriya. Okay, I am going to take inspiration from you. Yeah? Just observe, just observe, just observe. Like a witness. No getting involved, no jumping in. Then you will understand Ashtavakra Gita even better. It will come to you like this. Yeah, because it will be your experience. Yeah, right now it's all Prabhava Jnana. Yes, we spoke about this yesterday. What is Prabhava Jnana? Somebody else is telling you the knowledge. What is Swabhava Jnana? That which I experience. Do not believe me. Do not believe Guruji. Do not believe Krishna also. You experience it. You sit down, you observe, oh yes, this is true. There are so many sensations happening in the body. I was unaware till now. You observe, oh, a sensation comes and then I want to react. I want to say something. I want to hurt. Yeah? You observe. You become smart and aware. Until the time your intellect is not so sharp, keep working on yourself. I have to really be sharp. Yeah? You're so ambitious about getting that $1 million house and that money and name and fame. Nonsense. It's going to stay with you after you pass on. Do you think so? It'll never go with you. It's all going to be here. If you really want to be ambitious about something, be ambitious about your own self. Who am I? What is happening to this body-mind complex? Can I be very established in awareness and be in this moment and observe what is? Yeah. If you're very ambitious, change it from the material to a spiritual goal. At least that will be your first step. And slowly, slowly, even the feverishness drops away. You will experience that peace, that calmness, that stillness. The stillness that Buddha did. Yeah? That is going to be your homework until next time you see me. So whatever, 3 months. Yeah? The homework for 3 months. Meditate like a Buddha and keep observing these sensations of pleasure and pain. And when they come up, Before they turn into a raga or dvesha, it's my job to cut it off. No reaction. Yeah, sometimes I don't say anything from my lips or whatever, or hit somebody out of anger, but in my mind I'm boiling. This is also reaction. Yes? She did this, he did this, he should have not done this, this is so bad, they are doing this, blah, 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 blah. Inside I'm boiling. That also needs to stop. Before I get there, I will cut it off at the sensation level. Yes? Yeah.
So as we start observing more about the sensations and keep our reactions in check, will we be reacting slowly, like in the initial, like?
Yes. Initially you will see that, oh,
if somebody
what am I
says
supposed to
something,
do right now? Yeah, you calm yourself down. Initially you will think, you will take your time, you will calm yourself down. It's okay. Slowly, slowly you will become very skillful at it. Yeah? And it's okay. Be with what is happening to you. Everybody is different as a person. Yeah? So everybody's way will be different. Yeah? Go through this. I'm going to come and test you after 3 months when I come back. Did you really do this? Yes? Did you really let go of your pleasure and pain sensations before they convert into a raga or dvesha? Yes? So better do your homework. I appear very lenient, but I have a stick in my hand. It's invisible. But I have it. Yeah?
It's journey from nothingness to nothingness. Then why is all this drama?
Ask your mind, why so much drama? Why that bag is full? Yeah? We are unlearning what we thought was the good thing to learn and learned and made a habit pattern of getting angry, habit pattern of getting jealous, habit pattern of getting egoistic. It's a habit pattern, nothing else. Before a raga or dvesha turns into a habit pattern, I'm not going to go so far only. At the sensation level, snip it off and just be.
Nobody teaches us to get jealous, to get...
We learn it very well. We are very smart, no? Some things we learn too fast. Yeah. So clear? Yeah? Recognize that your mind is running behind raga and dvesha. Yes? Before I reach there, before this weird mind starts jumping like this, I will snip it off at the sensation.
You can create a WhatsApp group and remind each other.
Okay, create a WhatsApp group and remind each other. Are you observing a sensation of pain? Are you observing a sensation of pleasure? Don't react.
Couple of these.
Yeah. A sthita prajna is free from anger and fear. How does he reach that state? He observes, he keeps observing even before that sensation comes, which can turn into an outburst of anger. He snips it off. He's already free. That reaction didn't happen only. Even fear is that. Yeah? Oh, I observe the sensation and snip it off. It's only a sensation. Yeah? You sat in Kriya and saw 2 minutes there was tingling, itching, you didn't move. It goes, no? Did you all experience that? Yeah? It's exactly like that. A sensation of pleasure will come. You just observe, 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 it goes. Another sensation of pain comes, you observe, 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 it goes. It's the mind that exaggerates. Oh, I have pain, I have disease, I have this. The more the mind says it, the more it starts paining. Have you noticed?
That's why they say ignore the things.
If I make you sit and watch a very interesting new movie, 3 hours you will forget your pain in the body. The moment the movie is over, the end, oh my back is paining. Oh my waist is paining. Finished. The mind came back. Yeah, the mind had found something to get busy, so it didn't remind you about that pain. So recognize this. The mind is fooling me all the time. A wise one does not let go of these small, small nuances when he notices it. He becomes the master of his mind. He realizes, oh, it's fooling me. I am the master now. Yeah? That's how you reach that stage of becoming free from anger and fear. Yeah? Sages are called abhaya. Abhaya means fearless. Battery is running low at 10%. Your laptop. What about a Siddhamaya? He's forgotten to observe the sensation, so he's landed up where? In raga or dvesha. What is a raga or dvesha? Is a desire. So what happens? His desire leads to anger. Yeah? And that leads to destruction of intellect. We'll do this sutra. Yeah? Obviously when you're angry, how much ever the intellect says, we learned in Bhagwad Gita, observe your sensation. You're not necessarily getting angry. Hey, shut up. You did this, you did that. Don't do this, you're reacting. And it goes on. Intellect is destroyed. You seeing this? Yeah? So there, you keep falling down the steps. From desire to anger, anger to delusion, delusion to destruction. I'll explain this sutra, it's coming up. Asthita Prajna is brave and courageous. Why brave and courageous?
Don't think about future. He's in the present moment.
Yeah. How does he become brave and courageous? What makes such a person?
Everything is changing, nothing is going to be permanent. So if any obstacle, anything is coming in the way or anything happens, he knows this is nothing.
Temporary.
This is
Yes.
temporary.
Even to be in this knowledge, oh, this is temporary. This sensation is temporary. Yeah. Oh, I have to sit like a Buddha and do Kriya. The mind says, oh, I've got to move. Oh, it's paining. It's itching. Yeah, brave one says, it's okay, relax. It's temporary. Kriya will just last 20 minutes. You're not going to die. A brave one sits through it. This is just an example of Kriya, but your life is like that, no? Sometimes you're in a difficult situation. Yeah? Not reacting at that point of time and just being with what is. I cannot change it. It's difficult right now. Yeah? Life is not hunky-dory and happy all the time. Yeah? There is some major dukkha right now. Big disaster has happened, big fight, big financial problem, whatever, some big problem has happened. Doesn't matter. Be with what is. Because by you cribbing in the mind and going on and on about it, it's not going to change. Does it change by you crying? So shut this person up. Shutting this one up requires courage. A weak one will run away from the session, right? Weak one will say, oh, kitna matha puri. Sunday, let me go sit and watch nice TV at home, sit on the couch. Who wants to do so much? I have pain, I have pleasure, I have big deal, I'll shout, I'll get angry. So what? Yeah? This is the attitude of a weak one. He cannot take a challenge of being aware, of being sharp, of letting go of the karmas. You decide. Are you weak or are you brave? Homework number 1. Right now, do you want to run away from here? Don't tell me. You answer it for yourself. Write it there. Are you weak or are you brave? Do you have that courage? Come what may, I am going to work on myself. Without Purushartha, it's not possible to get enlightened. Be 100% clear about this. Purushartha is self-effort. It's impossible. How much ever you say, oh, Guru's grace is there, God's grace is there, if I have to get enlightened, I will get enlightened. Again, weak person tries to find such a door. Guru's grace is there. What is the Guru's grace? He gave you the Kriya. It's not a small thing that you have. He's given you this wisdom. That's it. Don't expect more now. You have to use the Kriya and the wisdom both and walk the path. Yes? He's shown you the path. Yeah? He can't push your legs and make you walk. He's like a signpost. This is the way to go. Now you walk. You cannot say, oh, once in 3 months I attend a knowledge session. Good, I'm going to get enlightened in 4 sessions. No. Self-effort on your part. Again and again. Training this mind. Okay, I am not going to jump and get angry right now. Yeah? Or I'm not going to lash out at this person. Or I'm not going to act out of my jealousy right now. Yeah? Whatever comes up. My ego is saying, how dare she say this to me? How dare he say something like this? Ego is up, bloated up. Observe, calm down, relax. Take a moment, take 2 moments. No reaction to the sensation. Observe, observe, observe. Yes? In fact, you've reached the emotion of jealousy and anger means you've gone beyond the sensation already. The emotion comes after the sensation. First that sensation comes. If you forget this, keep reminding yourself yesterday how I experimented with a few noises. There's just some lightning going inside, some sensation, some jarring. Yeah? That is a sensation. Then the emotion comes. The emotion is a product of the sensation because emotion is related to the thought in the mind. If there is no thought in the mind, there will be no emotion really. So observe the sensation, observe the sensation, observe the sensation.
Sometimes the sensation lasts a couple of days.
Yes. Sensation, you feed into it. My mind goes on saying, oh, he did this, she did this is wrong. Blah, blah, blah. I'm feeding into the sensation. So sensation is in your body of anger or hatred or whatever has happened. And you feed it and it is there. I told you yesterday, no? I explained to you physiologically. Biochemical gets released. By you feeding it with thoughts, the biochemical gets released even more. Even more thoughts of anger, more biochemical. And the cycle continues. Biochemical anger, biochemical anger, biochemical anger. You're stuck in that cycle. What is the secret why it takes 2/1/4 for any emotion maximum to last? The biochemical gets exhausted after 2/1/4 day. It cannot be released anymore. Now you understood the real... Yeah? That's the secret of 2/1/4. Maximum 2/1/4. For a person in Sthita Maya, it is 2/1/4. You don't even have to wait that long. Yeah? Person who is Sthita Pragya, right now he observes, oh, sensation in the body. Cut it off. Doesn't matter. It's still there, it's hitting me. Yeah, I'm feeling this electric current inside. Observe, 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 observe. Just observe, like a witness, sitting on the fence, no getting involved. Sit on the fence, observe, it will pass.
But sometimes it takes long time.
It's okay. Yeah, intensity can vary from person to person. Wait till the time it passes. Don't create a thought out of it or an emotion out of it. Yeah. I know at this stage you are like really confused between sensation and emotion. You feel emotion is only sensation. Slowly, slowly you will become more and more aware when you do the Buddha Kriya. Just observing, it's okay, I will not move. Oh, this is a sensation. Then the thought comes, it's paining, it's paining, it's paining. I want to move my hand a little. then you'll start understanding the difference between sensation and emotion. I'm not torturing you really. The intention is for you to come to that distinguishing stage where you learn to distinguish between sensation and when it converts to an emotion. And that emotion of like or dislike converts to raga or dvesha.
Past experience, I couldn't put my finger on it, but sometimes I could tell something is happening. And other day, my husband told me that, just last week he told me, when you get angry, I leave you alone for 3 days, therefore you're normal. So I was like,
Amazing. Anil
Yeah.
is not even an art of living.
Yeah,
He's
and how
discovered
he
the
knows?
secret.
he told me that, and my thing is when I get angry, I need to fight. I need to get that out of my system. I need a reaction. And the more he kept silent, the more angry I used to get. Because I want that clash. And then it's like immediately I'm out of it. And 3 days I'm boiling. Like why he won't say anything? And his is like, he won't say anything. Because he knows after 3 days,
He secretly reads those books.
and he told me, I've observed you, and I know from the time I got married, I have to leave you alone for 3 days.
Wow.
And then for 3 days, I said that it lasts 3 days because you don't say anything. It can end in 1 day. He says, no.
Come and get your share of.
Just it can end in 1 day. It's because you don't say anything. Just last week I had this conversation.
Recognize, huh? It's the mind wanting, it needs some feeding, no? How will the mind continue? It wants some food, and its food is somebody else shouting at me. Oh, you shout at me, I'll shout at you even more. You get angry with me, you say how dare you, I will say how dare you even louder. The mind wants drama. Recognize this. A wise person recognizes. Yeah, she might be an expressive person, her drama is loud. Somebody else's drama goes on here inside. Even worse. You're bursting like a volcano inside. You're harming nobody but yourself. Even more than a person who's expressive. I'm not saying now start fighting. I'm saying recognize this and snip it off at the sensation. Before the sensation turns into a like or a dislike, and before that like or dislike becomes an emotion of raga or dvesha. Yes? So you'll do this 3-month homework. I'm going to keep reminding you. Yeah? Be brave and courageous. Don't be how? Weak and dependent on external people, situations and things.
So I have one question.
Yeah.
So when we feel like when we have like negativity in us, so when that is happening, so then we get thoughts related to that negativity, right? So that is whatever the thoughts are, that is all sensation, right?
No. Thoughts are not sensation. Thoughts are born out of sensations. Now, a thought from the past I have stored in my memory box. 20 years ago, she said this to me standing right there in the main downtown area of Houston. How dare she say this to me? I was angry 20 years ago. I have put this emotion in my memory box. For 20 years, I have hated this person. Yeah? Suddenly today, something reminds me. Before the reminder kicks in from the memory box, a sensation runs through my body. Yes? And then this sensation converts into a thought. She said this. How dare she say this to me? And that thought leads to the emotion of hatred or anger. Got it?
So what was there in the past you say, so that was, I'm attached to the emotion or attached to the sensation?
You're attached to that sensation of hatred. It's not really the object. That person A could have been person B or the person C. I have stored the memory of the sensation in my memory box. Yes? Suddenly something happens, some trigger from outside only will happen, and that sensation will trigger inside first. Then the thought comes up, then the emotion comes up. Person who's aware can see this process happening. Person who's lost in external people, situations and things is not aware only of this body-mind complex. It's not aware only, oh, first that sensation came, then the thought came back, she said this to me, and then the hatred came.
So the emotion is very strong and the sensation is very delicate.
Very subtle, yeah. The sensation is very subtle. You experienced sensations, right, yesterday when we did that experimenting. Yeah. That is the sensation. Then the thought came, oh, she's knocking. Oh, she just screamed. Yeah. Oh, the paper just fell. The thought comes after the sensation. That leads to an emotion. In these things, there was hardly any emotion. The fear might have come by the scream that you heard. That emotion might have come. It came. Yeah, so first sensation, then thought, and then emotion. That's the sequence. And only a very observant person who's become aware and has made his intellect very sharp through meditation and through knowledge and constantly being a witness, only such a person observes it. So this is your 3-month homework. I'll come back in 3 months and check.
But sometimes when, even if you observe the sensation, you may not be able to stop the thought or...
Yeah, I know. Initially it's going to be difficult because the mind has formed a habit pattern, no? And what is the habit pattern really? Sensation, thought, emotion. Sensation, thought, emotion. Sensation, thought, emotion. Sensation, thought, emotion.
Emotion, reaction.
Yeah. That's how it keeps going. That's the pattern inside. Yeah. So recognize this. Reaction, thought itself is the reaction. Sensation आया और मैंने सोचा. वो सोचना ही रिएक्शन है. फिर इमोशन आता है, हेट्रेड का, एंगर का, ये सेकंड रिएक्शन है. और उसका थर्ड रिएक्शन मैंने मुंह खोल के बोल दिया, नॉनसेंस, यू आर रबिश, गेट आउट ऑफ माय लाइफ. The more I get angry, biochemical kicks in and kicks that sensation even more. And again there is a thought, and again there is an emotion, an emotional reaction. Again biochemical. And seeing this, you're understanding it, how it's working.
It's like, it's almost sometimes I've observed this happens is that it's like turning the car on and then pumping the gas. That's when it's in your head, and then you're trying to resist it, but then you say, no, what the hell? You put it in first gear and boom, you're out of the way. That's when everybody else sees it. But that whole process of starting it and just keep hitting the gas, kind of inside you're like, it's churning, yeah.
You understood what he's saying? Yeah? When you start the car, he's saying, and you just keep hitting the gas. You're not really started. Your car is not in the gear to move. So the car is not moving. It's still standing in the garage. But you're just hitting the gas. This is that process inside happening of sensation and then emotion. The thought comes. And then the emotion comes. This still here, it's the gas. Yes? The moment you open your mouth and lash out, you have hit the car in the first gear and moved out. Beautiful description, no? He comes up with lovely analogies. Stop hitting the gas.
Also, because I have observed that I have this issue about certain times, that anger boils up. And I used to observe, which later on now I have realized from Ashtavakra, during just around new moon and full moon, the mind is totally out of control.
Absolutely.
It's 3 to 4 days. If you observe the calendar, the fluctuation in the emotion and the reactions that happen, it's that period. 3 days before and after the new moon. It's about that 1 week period if you observe. That time I'm a totally different person from when I'm on the other.
Have you all noticed this? It's not only her, it's everybody.
Yeah, the energy levels high.
I think
Why?
Total energy is different.
Why? She's aware. Have you noticed?
it affects the matter, the 5 elements in our bodies.
Huh. How? Water element is affected.
Moon has the relation to water.
Perfect. Have you seen what happens during new moon and full moon? There's a beach here, no? Please go on the new moon and full moon and see. There are high tides and low tides happening. There will be signs out there. High tide, do not go too close to the water. Yeah? Anytime the tides will come and just sweep you away. Yes? The moon or the planets actually, their positions have an effect on the elements here on the earth. Yeah? They affect the water element. So if it can affect the ocean, which is so huge outside, it can't affect the water element in this body, which is so minuscule compared to the ocean. It's going to affect. You're getting it? So it is that water element in you, which is on a high tide or a low tide inside, means that biochemical gets released even more during these periods. That's when you experience that sensation.
Now, just like you mentioned, there are two, Swabhava Gyan and Prabhava Gyan. Even whatever these reactions are, anger or jealousy, these are also Prabhava and Swabhava. I think the first stage is the Swabhava, you kind of take care of it, but still you're still susceptible to an external stimuli coming to you. So first I think would be just taking care of your own, coming out of your own ridiculous mind, and the second is a reaction to all these external perceptions coming to you.
Huh.
There is question on anger.
हाँ बोलो.
It says how to stop at sensation level and stop from turning into emotion or thought.
1 minute. Can you mute me? Because you are echoing.
How to stop at sensation level, then turning to emotion or thought.
Unmute me. Recognizing that this sensation is happening right now.
Can you repeat the question for the others?
You got the question? How to stop at the sensation level before it turns into a thought or emotion. First of all, recognition. Just recognizing the sensation, it will pass. We did a short kriya. The person who's asked the question right now might not have done the short kriya with us on Hangout this morning, in which we did not move at all. Yeah, so obviously a sensation of pain will come in the body, discomfort, itching somewhere, scratching, I want to move this, I want to move that, perspiration, all these are sensations that happen in the body. Just observe, sit on the fence, do not react. I'm telling you this for the past 1 hour I think now, and now you're asking me the same question. How not to react? You make us determination, I will not react. That's how. There is no magic pill. If you're looking for some magic thing she's going to give me, I'm going to figure out a magic wand and you're going to all get enlightened. Nothing is going to happen like that. I'm just giving you exactly what I have observed in my journey. When I first did Bhagwad Gita, what happened to me? When I understood this, how it clicked. Now I know, I can observe everything. I'm sharing that with you. Because I understand Ashtavakra says the same thing, Patanjali says the same thing, Upanishads say the same thing. I've drawn a parallel, that's all. I'm coming here to share this with you. But now how to do? I showed you the direction, walk. You have to walk. You cannot ask, how do I walk now? Now that's too much, huh? Beyond a point, you have to start observing that these sensations are happening to me. Okay? Okay, another quality of Sthita Pragya. Who's that? home. When he speaks, his words come from pure intellect. When you speak, where are your words coming from? Either from raga or dvesha. I like you, so I say nice things to you. Oh, I don't like Arun. I'm going to say all bad things to him. Yeah? Where did my words come from? The mind, not from the intellect. Yeah? People ask me, oh, I just went and lashed out there and such a fool I am. Why did I do that? What's the point of regretting later? Do not speak out of raga and dvesha. Raga and dvesha belong to the mind. Speak from the intellect. Intellect is very practical, very sharp. Intellect right now might have a feeble voice because you have not given it power, you've not given it energy. Yeah, you're feeding the mind. Yeah, it is feeble, but it comes up and says, oh, you did Patanjali, no? Guruji said not to react like this. And it goes away. Just one sentence it says and it goes away. Listen to the intellect. Speak from the intellect. Yeah? Tomorrow morning you'll all be in office. See what starts happening. The moment you see your boss, the moment that job comes your way, I hate this. I hate Monday morning. See how your mind starts. From where did this sentence come? I hate Monday morning. Dvesha for work. Just observe yourself. The moment it's Monday morning, how the mind starts. Oh, I have to get out of bed. Oh, I have to go now. Oh, I have to see my boss's face. Oh, no, this colleague. Yeah? Observe. Keep observing the drama of your mind. Yeah? And I will not speak from this mind's drama. Yeah? Start it in a professional environment. It's very easy. If I tell you to start this at home, it's very tough because there's a lot of emotion with your loved ones at home, right? In a professional environment, anyway, you've learned to keep your emotions calm.
More sanitized.
You play it very well. So that's why I first experiment tomorrow morning. Whatever I speak today at work, let me see, am I saying this out of my intellect or am I saying this out of my mind? Mind is raga or dvesha, likes or dislikes. Got it? Homework number 2. Tomorrow mornings. See the first reaction of the mind. Monday morning blue.
Based on this one, what came to my mind just now. It's like we pay money, go watch movie, we pay money, go watch theatre, drama and all that. You can put it in a piggy bank and just watch our mind.
Exactly. Beautiful.
All day, everything is going on. Every kind of emotion, sensation that's being shown on television, on movies and everything. If we switch from the external watching to just the internal watching, I think it's one battle won.
Perfect. Very nice. You can take this up if you want. I've done this. 5 years, no TV, no movies. I've done much more. But 5 years, I didn't watch TV. I had no idea who the latest hero, heroine, whatever. I had no idea. Very simple life I was living those 5 years. Like a monk in the Himalayas. Yeah. So, if you really want to see, how the mind can get purified, experiment it and see. It really works. It's beautiful. That does not mean the whole life you should do it. Once you do it for a period of time, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, the mind gets trained. Now that trained mind will never go back to that situation. Even if, you get a TV in the house and somebody's watching, for you it's happening. You'll always learn to be a witness. Because now my mind is trained. That's why yogis go to the Himalayas. Actually, it's not totally useless. They do train their minds. They do work on it. Yeah? That does not mean you go home today, pack your bags, tell your husband or wife, I'm leaving. Bye. No. And you do what is right for you. You stay in this world, be amongst your loved loved ones and do what needs to be done. Yeah? But like this, you can break contact with things that condition the mind, like TV, yeah? Horror films, thrill, whatever, romance, and you start imagining you're also a big heroine and hero and you're romancing the most beautiful person in the world. Your mind starts. It's all feeding into the mind. Yeah? Boys love action. And you and your mind are doing action. Your dreams also are doing action. Observe this. All this affects you. Yeah? There's enough internal entertainment anyways.
So you said you actually did that.
I did more than that, but that was just one little part of it.
You went to the Himalayas.
I went 5 years away from home. I stopped all contact. Didn't eat anything that grew below the ground. Very simple food, no masalas, no Indian masalas, Indian whatever fatty stuff. Mostly vegetables, simple, pure, freshly cooked and consumed. Wore only white clothes, no jewelry for 5 years. And in those days, there were not even phones the way we have mobile phones. So I was very easy, no contact, no addiction to any gadgets anyways. No TV, nothing. Just seva, 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 working on the mind. That was the beginning of my journey. That's how all this has happened, is what I'm talking about. When your mind gets purified and away, yeah, then these scriptures, this knowledge, which was external, suddenly from internally you can actually experience it. Yeah. But again, now that does not mean you have to do it. Yeah, there was a very strong propelling force, some samskara from the past for me. I was very young. I started the spiritual path when I was 8 years old. It was a very natural thing for me. I did this in my teenage and I went. The fag end of my teenage. So, I had a strong samskara that was propelling me in that direction. Yeah? It brought a massive change. But still I say you don't have to leave your world and run away. Yeah? Because still when the mind comes back, lots of things come back. Yeah? And then you feel, oh, the 5 years was a waste. Yeah? Some things, yes. But some things where the attachments are, you have to work more. So when I came back, that which came back, I realized, oh, these are the strongest samskaras. Very strong hold some karmas have on you. These come back. Attachment to mom, attachment to family, small things. Yeah? When these come back, then you start working even more on these things. Again, I am not telling you to run away. I'm just sharing my experience. Yeah? And then the moment comes when everything just drops. Click happens, click. It's like falling in love. I want all of you to experience that. But you do not have to run away. I realized I could have done it being in this world. Disconnecting from the TV, I don't have to run away to the Himalayas. I can just stop paying the cable provider, it will be disconnected. Yeah, you'll save some money also. Yeah, we still don't have cable in the house, by the way.
When we go for the long advanced course also, if you come back, then feeling remains for some time.
Yes.
It's like you don't want to watch the TV, you don't want to know what's going on in the world. You are with yourself.
Yes. That advanced course is a taste of this only, going away, breaking all contact and just being with yourself. How many of you have done the advanced course on Art of Silence? Those who have not done must experience it. Silence is amazing. Really amazing.
Even after silence course, you won't feel like to talk.
Yeah, you don't want to talk.
You feel like a burden to talk.
Yes, every thought becomes a burden. Yeah? Well, it doesn't happen so much in a 3-4 days silence course, but you can reach a state where constantly you are absolutely quiet. There's no thought. Like right now you're listening to me. Thoughts are going? On, coming and going, a little bit here and there. Yes? Or no? Yes? Okay. Right now I'm talking to you, I'm just talking to you. This is absolutely quiet. There's nothing. There's no thought coming. Yeah? You can speak completely out of Purusha. There is no memory box requirement for speaking. You can be just a witness to whatever is happening. This body is speaking. I'm just watching it happen. This knowledge is flowing through. I'm really not in the body. The moment I come to the body, I can become aware. Oh, I should say this. This is not right. This is wrong. Then the mind has started. That does not happen. You can reach a state like that. Just being a witness. That's the state of ultimate truth. Being with what is. That's described as a state where you speak from the intellect, not from the mind. No ragas and dvesha. You speak the truth, that which is beneficial, that which is pleasant, that which is free of ragas and dveshas. Qualities of Sthitamaya. I. Yeah? Everything is about I for a person of Sthitamaya. Homework number 3 for you. Today you observe how many times you say I. Just observe. Whenever you're talking to somebody, just observe how many times did I say I in this 2-minute conversation with this person.
My I is my Aunt Prasanna.
Very smart.
How about another way of doing it? Instead of saying I, use your name and say, then it sounds so funny.
It sounds funny, it's okay. Mridula is hungry.
Yeah, but that may really click an awareness.
Yes. How about doing this exercise today? For the rest of the day, you will not use the word I. Okay? Even during lunch, when you're talking to each other, no I. Yeah? No me, no mine. Don't say give that to me. Say give that to Mridula. See, Mridula came up with the exercise, no?
It's a thought that came into my mind.
So if
because
I want to eat, I'll give it to Mridula.
No, you will say your name. You will say give it to Sunita.
because when we say our name in that fashion, it's crossed my mind. It sounds so silly.
Yes.
And the disconnect happens
Yes.
between the I and the...
Yeah, great exercise. Let's do it today. All day we'll do this. Huh?
And lot of observation also happens. So lot of times, like right now I want to use I, but because I am aware that I don't have to use it, so I will just stop speaking. Right? So then mind starts observing, oh, this is happening, I want to speak, but I'm not speaking. So what are the sensations? What are the observations? When we put that certain discipline of not doing something, then I think lot of awareness
Yes.
comes in automatically.
Absolutely. Let's experience this all day, huh? From this moment on, no I. Arohi has to use her name. Arohi, while speaking. Everybody. Krishna will use his own name. Indu will use her own name while speaking. No I. Got it? Everybody.
Think of a joke, we'll start giggling.
Giggle, it's okay. When you experience that difficulty in saying a sentence without the word I, it will bring an inner awareness, an inner jnana. Yeah? That swabhava jnana has to happen. That inner understanding has to happen. Yeah? So for the rest of the day, no I.
Yeah, for the point about speaking from the intellect, required, beneficial, pleasant and truthful, like to what extent we have to apply this? Like for example, if we are being humorous and we joke with somebody, probably we're not being truthful. We say, okay.
Don't do it. Joke only in a truthful manner. Yeah.
And sometimes also, when you are, let's say, talking to the wife or my wife or to a friend, we, let's say they did something wrong, but we want to kind of not really tell that straight to their face, so maybe put it in a polished way, in a differently.
Being diplomatic?
Yeah. Is that against this? Or?
No, see, if you're doing it for the benefit of the other person, your intention is good. Saying it in a nice way is required. It has to be pleasant also, no?
But it's not the truth. It's not the 100% truth.
No, then it has to be truth also. You cannot lie to a person, no? No lying. Actually, if you follow Buddhism and all, these are precepts that you take. I will not lie. I will not speak a single word that is not required. Sometimes you just speak for the sake of speaking, no? Unnecessarily. We just go on and on, blah, 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 blah. Just sometimes I want to be heard. I want him and her to know I'm in the room. There are such times, no? When you speak. Speak only when required. Speak only if truthful. And speak only if it is beneficial. Satyam bruhi, priyam bruhi, hitam bruhi. Yeah? First vow of Ashtavakra Gita. If you're going to start Ashtavakra Gita, you're going to take this vow tomorrow. That you cannot lie. Yeah? Satyam, you will speak the truth. Yeah? Whatever you speak will be pleasant. And whatever you say will be for the benefit of the other person or mind or the greater good. Yeah? Whatever. Beneficial. Yes? Are you ready to take that vow? Then only you join Ashtavakra Gita. Otherwise you cannot join Ashtavakra Gita. We'll send the links. Did we send out an email yesterday? Kalpesh, can you send out an email to the entire Bhagwad Gita group today about the Ashtavakra Gita starting tomorrow evening at 6:45, and they have to email Ashtavakra gems. Ishan can give you the details, huh? We'll get the email today.
I will send them because they are not on the Google groups.
Huh. Please send it to them.
Yes, this whole group, all the emails that I have here, I will send it to them. If anybody is I have everybody on this. For this group, I will send tonight.
Okay.
So would you like to get out tonight?
No. She is going to send to the group in the room. You have to send to the group on Hangout. They are two separate groups. Okay? So just get the details from Ishan. Ishan will give you the details. Clear? If you are ready to take this vow, then only join Ashtavakra Gita. Otherwise it's not going to work for you. I will speak the truth, the pleasant truth, and that which is for the benefit of the others. Yeah? I will not lie. And I will not cause turbulence in another person's mind. That's the vow you have to take for Ashtavakra Gita. So it's happening at a good time, no? We did the whole exercise of observing pleasant and pain and how we react, and it's your homework anyways for 3 months. This is a good time to start Ashtavakra. That vow will only reinforce your practice. Let me not hurt another person. Come what may. How much ever I'm propelled by my sensation to lash out and say something bad to him or her, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to hurt another person. Yeah? So finally, a Sthita Pragya's mind is in his control. His senses are in his control. Yes? What is the meaning of senses being in your control? Yes, otherwise the stomach is full. You've had your full meal, 2 chapatis, and you've had your vegetable, you've had your dessert. But the tongue says, one more gulab jam. One more piece of candy. Yeah, one more chocolate. Yeah. So observe that. When I become a slave to my taste, the sense of taste, yeah, I'm a slave to the mind really. It's the mind that goes out into the world through the five senses, no? Yeah. A Sthita Pragya is not a slave. He is the master of his mind. He is the master of his senses. His senses are in his control. What about a Sthita Maya? Not in control. Like that only your mind is, no? Full of desires. Different desires. Different colors, different sizes. Full of desires. A Sthita Pragya looks beyond his own personal benefit. He's not about I. How can I help somebody else? It's homework number 4 for you. Are you really 100% selfish? Or do you also think about other people? Do you do any seva? You don't have to answer me. Answer yourself. Do you help other people? Do you think about other people? Are you Sthita Pragya or Sthita Maya? A Sthita Maya only thinks about his own benefit. Yeah? Clear about Sthita Pragya and the qualities of a Sthita Pragya? Yeah? Let's do the sutras. 2-55. That's where we start talking about the Sthita Pragya. People on Hangout, please remove your shlokas. We are on 2-55 now. Prajahati yada kaman Sarvan parthamanogatan Atmanyevatmana tushta Sthita pragyasya tuchyate Prajahati means bye-bye. Bye-bye to what? Kama. What is kama? Desire. Say bye-bye to desires is the first part. Prajahati yada kaman means say bye-bye to desires. Sarvan parthamanogatan. Sarvan from all sides. Why does he say all sides?
To the center, you have to, the whole time, the perimeter has to be from every side.
Yes. Yeah, mind is all around, no? Sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of taste, sense of touch, sense of sound. It's constantly outside, yeah, all around, from all directions. Say bye-bye to every desire that comes up. Comes up where? Mano agatan, the last word, that come into the mind. Atmane vatmana tushta. We are talking about a sthita pragya. Within his own Atma, he becomes tushta. He becomes content. Sthita pragyasya uchyate means that such a person is called sthita pragya. Such a person is called sthita pragya. Within his own self, one who becomes content, such a person is called sthita pragya, is the last sentence. Yes, that's homework number 5 for you. Any desire that comes up, bye-bye. Today you're only going to have khichdi and salad for lunch. The desire will come, I wish I had something tasty. Some chapati with ghee and some sabzi or pizza or parotha. See, whatever desire comes up, say bye-bye. Huh? Yes? The moment a desire comes, what are you going to do?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Rajahati, bye-bye. Yes? This is the solution Lord Krishna is giving you. Yeah? The moment it comes, bye-bye. The moment it comes, bye-bye. Do not react to that desire. Yeah? Immediately I'd start reacting. Oh, let me go check what food is there outside. That's a reaction. Yeah? This is just a simple example they are talking about. But many desires come up in your mind, no? Oh, to turn on your phone and make that phone call or say something to somebody or whatever desires are coming. Just say bye-bye and just observe today. See, can I have a silent lunch observing my desires? Because unnecessarily you talk. You anyway don't talk sense. Where did you buy this dress? Oh, you know I bought it only for $25. Really? I bought for $50. This is so expensive. Nonsense you're talking half the time. Observe yourself. What are you speaking? Is it required? Do I need to open my trap and say something now? Only if it is required, I will open my mouth and say it. Otherwise, I will have a silent lunch observing the desires that come up. Desire will come up. Let me say this to her, let me say that to him. Just keep observing. Yeah, the moment it comes, what will you say? Bye-bye. Prajahati. Yes? It's your homework not just for lunch, but going ahead, going forward. Yeah? 2-56. We are describing how sthita pragya is in these 4 sutras. This is the second one describing the sthita pragya. Dukkheshva anudvignamana.
Dukkheshva anuvignamana.
Sukheshu vigataspraha.
Sukheshu vigataspraha.
Vitaragavaya krodha.
Vitaragavaya krodha.
Sthita dhir muniruchyate.
Sthita muniruchyate.
Dukkheshu. Dukkha is in sadness or sorrow or in difficult times. Anudvignamana. What is dvig? To. Yeah, when the mind is free from conflict. Yeah, even in dukkha. Yeah, that is what is the first line. Even in dukkha, the sthita pragya's mind we are describing here. His mind is free from conflict. What is the conflict? To do or not to do? What is right? What is wrong? Should I be saying this? Should I not be saying this? Should this happen? Should that happen? Conflict in the mind is there all the time. Dvandva. Yeah? In a sthita pragya's mind, there is no such conflict. It doesn't entertain it only. Yeah? He's working out of his natural being, out of spontaneity. So he's not looking at, oh, mind says this nonsense. You ask her where she got that dress. Oh, ask him where he got those glasses. Nonsense. Sthita Pragya does not give importance to the mind. He's already saying bye-bye to every karma that comes up.
But does he have dukkha?
Dukkha will come. For example, disease will come. So, Ramakrishna Paramahansa at the fag end of his life was suffering from a terminal disease. Yeah, he was just about to pass away and there was lots of pain. He had a disease. So the disciple sitting next to him asked him, I'll say to you in Hindi and then I'll translate into English. See, kya dukh nahi ho raha hai? So he says, dukh hai, par ho nahi raha hai. There is pain, but I am not hurting. Yeah? Being able to separate yourself from the body and just observe. There is pain. The body is going through that pain. But I am not this body. I am not hurting. I'm just observing it. I'm just a sakshi, a witness. Perfect. दुख है पर दुखी नहीं हो. Very subtle difference, huh? The mind, when it gets lost in whatever pain is there, from external people, situations and things, all in this body, disease can come. Yeah? But I choose to not suffer. That's why Guruji says, no? Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. What does it mean? Pain will come. Yeah? Bad things will happen, good things will happen, good people come, bad people come, health comes, disease comes. This is all pain and pleasure. This is inevitable. It comes because of its cycle, because of the flow of the river. But if I get involved in that pain or pleasure, I am the one who suffers. No? My mind goes on, this, that, I'm suffering. If I choose to not get involved and just be a sakshi, it's happening. Big deal. Let it happen. When you choose not to get involved and be a witness, you do not suffer. Got it? So even for Sthita Pragya, even for Gurudev, there is pain, WCF controversy, big pain. Did Guruji suffer? No. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Yeah. So many things can happen. Somebody tried to attack Gurudev, you know that? Yeah. A gunshot. Nothing happened to Gurudev. His mind didn't become, oh, who's this, what to do? Let me increase security in the ashram and full ashram would be tight. Is it like that? Who went recently? Normal, no? Anybody can come in and go out?
Anybody can go close to Guruji. There is no barrier at all.
See, no fear in him. Abhaya. Fearlessness. Sthita Pragya. This is the quality of a Sthita Pragya. Dukkha will come, but he does not become dukhi. Got it? Dukkheshu anudvignamana, sukheshu vigataspraha. In sukha, we get super excited, no? Yeah. Guruji does not climb onto the tamarind tree the way we climb. Somebody says he's looking pretty. What happens? Ego starts bloating. You are on that tree. Somebody says, no, but your nose is crooked. We fall down. Yeah? We keep going up and down. Our emotional graph keeps going up and down and up and down. Yeah? This is prahaha. Got it? In Sukha, there is no great spraha happening to a Sthita Pragya. He is with what is. Good? Good. Bad? Good. Everything? Good. Yes. Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha. What is Raga?
Craving.
Craving. Bhaya?
Fear.
Fear. Krodha?
Anger.
Anger. Veet. Devoid of. He's devoid of fear, anger and craving. Here Dvesha is understood, huh? Raga is being used here for both Raga and Dvesha, likes and dislikes. Sthita Dhir Munir Uchyate. Such a person is called established Muni. What is the meaning of Muni? Even that has a meaning. Perfect. Jiska man absolutely silent है. Not just here मौन. यहाँ भी मौन है. जिसका मन एकदम शांत हो गया है. Whose mind is completely silent. He is called a Muni. Sthitadhir Muni is somebody who is established in this silence, who lives in that silence. There's no chatter going on here. Absolute silence here, no emotional sensations coming out. Absolute silence. For such a person, even these sensations stop coming up. Sensations are of three intensities. Intensity number 1. It lasts as long as a line on water. Draw a line on water. Draw a line in air. Is it there? Yeah? That's how it lasts in a Sthita Pragya. But in us, when it comes up a strong emotion, yeah, for a particular person, particular event, it could be it could last as long as a line on sand. Have you been to the beach? Have you drawn a line on the sand? How long does it remain there? Few days, maybe, till the time the waves come and take it away or the wind comes and blows it away. Yeah? That's how long something lasts for some people. But for those very strong attachments that you have, very strong karmas that you're creating, how long does it last? Etched in stone. These are the three intensities. In water, on sand and in stone. Telling you shloka from the scriptures. You observe which of your ragas and dveshas in those bags, how strong are they? Is it like a fleeting like and dislike which just happened yesterday, today, it will be gone? Or is it something that you've been carrying for 20 years, 30 years with you? It's etched in stone almost. Or something just happened few months ago, you've forgotten, it doesn't bother you so much. There are many that have happened, no? Yeah? During an entire 24-hour period, we have many such karmas. Many lines are drawn. Everything that you see, hear, taste, touch, smell creates an impression. Many impressions are there. How long does an impression really last? That duration determines your karma. Got it? The more you impression banaya, fade ho gaya. Huh? It's faded, it's gone. So many impressions you make. You eat something, it's an impression in the mind. You drink water, it's an impression. You go to the bathroom, it's an impression. But you forget it. Do you remember how many times you went to the loo this morning? So every little thing you do, say, act, think, leaves impressions. But many impressions are just like on water. Somebody says, oh, you have a crooked nose, Mridula. How many days is Mridula going to remember it?
Rest of my life.
3-4 days will be long. She'll forget it also. Oh, that person was in some dukkha. He was, angry and so he just lashed out. It's okay. You'll forget also. But if somebody says something very bad and hurts you right and left and goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on criticizing you, and then you have got attached to that, then it has become etched in stone. Then you have to really work hard to erase that. That's what I want you to erase with these bags today. Enough.
I think what happens is it's that person's intention or the tone of voice and how they have said is how that injection.
Not necessarily. Sometimes the person says it very kindly, but you take it badly.
The
Yeah.
perception.
Yes, it's always your perception. And it's always your attachment that is responsible. That person could say something to you and forget about it and go for a movie and be enjoying the next 3 hours watching that movie with his beloved in the theatre, and you are sitting and boiling at home. He said this to me and she said this to me. You wasted your 3 hours, he's forgotten. So you are responsible for that being etched in stone, not he or she. Sukkhasya dukkhasya nakopi data. There is no giver of sukha or dukkha. There is no giver of pain or pleasure. I do it to myself. Got it? -57. यः सर्वत्र निभस्ने हस्तम् तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् न भिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. One who attains detachment or dispassion from all directions. Tat prapya subhashubham, even in good or bad times. Nabhinandati na dveshti. He neither rejoices, or his graph does not go up, abhinandati, na dveshti, nor is he depressed. Tasya pragya pratisthita means his awareness is established.
The first part, I don't think, the first sentence.
So, one who attains dispassion from all directions in good and bad times. He neither rejoices nor is he depressed. Such a one is established in awareness. Basically, he's telling you the formula, whether there are good times or bad times. Yeah? Don't let your graph go up and down. It's an emotional graph. Suddenly you're super excited, suddenly you're super depressed. The more excited you will be, the more depressed you're going to be. The higher your peak, the deeper your valley. It's equivalent. Yeah? So observe. Yeah? Can I maintain a sambhava, an equanimous emotion, an equanimous intellect in whatever, good and bad? The formula here is maintain sambhava. When you learn to maintain sambhava, your awareness will become established.
bad or good, or this is relative?
It's in your head, no? You decide this is good or bad. Your mind says, oh, this is so bad, this is so bad. Another Sthita Pragya will say, it's not, doesn't matter.
But is it relative? I mean to say, like, in the situation, it is bad at that time. But when after 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, it can be good at that time.
Yeah, you can look back and say, oh, unnecessarily I was
Maybe the same
brooding.
situation. Maybe the same situation. At that time, it is bad. After 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it is a good situation.
Can happen. Can happen, absolutely.
So can I say like, oh, I did bad or I did good?
It's your perception. I was looking at it as bad and I was looking at this as good.
Right.
My perception has changed. Yeah? It's only your perception. Everything is only your perception. You change your perception. Yeah? Like he said, Dukh hai, par ho nahi raha hai. There is pain, but I am not hurting. He has changed his perception, no? What is our perception? Oh, there is pain, I am hurting. I has become identified with the pain. The moment I separate the I from the pain and recognize, oh, I am not this body. I am not this mind that is going through this pain. Yeah? I am the Purusha. Yes? Perception change. Got it? (2-58). These are all qualities of a Sthita Pragya and formula how to become a Sthita Pragya. So first one he gave you, maintain Sambhava. Now let's see what he tells you next. Yada samharate chayam,
Yada samharate chayam,
kurmo angani sarvasha,
kurmo angani sarvasha,
indriyani indriyarthebhyah,
indriyani indriyarthebhyah,
tasya pragya pratishtita.
Tasya prajna pratishtita.
Kurma, do you know what is a kurma? A turtle. You've seen a little turtle? Yeah. When the turtle sees that there is some kind of danger, what does it do? It withdraws its limbs inside the shell and completely covers himself with the shell. Yeah. Kurma is that turtle. He's saying how the turtle withdraws his limbs, that's the first line, from all directions. Second line, Indriyani Indriyarthabhya, means you withdraw from all the 5 senses. One who does something like this, his pragya is pratishtita, means his awareness, he gets established in awareness. Got it? Just like a turtle withdraws his limbs from all sides when there is danger, just like that, recognize the danger from the 5 senses getting lost in the people, situations and things outside, and you withdraw from the 5 senses. One who can do that and be strong inside his shell of knowledge, his pragya is pratishtita, his awareness is established. Yeah. So first solution he told you, maintain sambhava. Second, be like a turtle and withdraw from the 5 senses. And one he already told you, one more solution before, say bye-bye to your desires. Yeah? These are 3 formulae that Lord Krishna has given us here. 2-61. Tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha vashehi yasya indriyani tasya pragya pratisthita. Tani sarvani sanyamya. When his senses are disciplined, all of them. Sarvani is all of them, huh? When all his senses are disciplined, yukta asita matpara. He unites with me. Means there is no difference between Lord Krishna and a Sthita Pragya. He unites with me. Vashehi yasya indriyani. One whose senses are in his control. Tasya pragya pratishtita. He is established in awareness. So number 4 formula. Have the senses in your control. Actually, this and the turtle is the same. Having a control on your senses. Withdraw from all the 5 senses. This is like a repetition. To re-emphasize the fact that your dukkha is because of your 5 senses. It's not because of external people, situations and things. Clear? Yeah. Qualities of a Sthita Pragya clear? Now you are all Sthita Pragya?
For now?
Not yet. We have the knowledge. We need to practice it.
So let's start practicing. Yeah? We'll go on lunch now and then we see how the desire comes in the mind. I say bye-bye. Yeah? The sense of taste says one more little thing, one more grape, one more gulab jam. You observe. Yeah? And withdraw from that sense of taste. Yeah? We'll actually apply this now during lunch. Yes, even people at home, you'll have lunch, observe. Yes, and apply these 3 formulae. Which 3? When a desire comes, say bye-bye. Number 2?
Maintain sambhava.
Sambhava. Somebody says, oh, you're looking very beautiful. See how your graph goes up. Somebody says, oh, no, your nose is crooked. See how the graph goes down. No letting the graph go up and down. It's just a sensation in the body. I just observe it. Maintain sambhava means observing that sensation. And formula number 3, withdraw from your 5 senses like a turtle. Let's observe. Let's apply these 3.